Hayden Fontinette, Mr. Rojas, at the sentencing. Good morning. Are you Hayden
Yes.
Fontinette? And this is 25 DCCR 1759. Mr. Fontinette was previously in court, entered a plea of guilty to the first-degree felony offense of aggravated robbery. It was an unagreed plea. I've received the pre-sentence report. Have you both had an opportunity to review that report?
We have, Your Honor. The state has, Judge.
Are there any additions or corrections to the report?
Not from the defense. Not from the state, Judge.
And Mr. Coleman, you said you have a witness or some evidence?
Actually, Judge, Mr. Rojas has graciously stipulated to the admission of the surveillance video from the convenience store in question. So
Okay.
I need to call my custodian record. With the court's permission, first of all, I'm offering states one.
No, Judge.
Make that states two, because this one was the plea admonishment documentation, please.
I'm offering states two.
No objection.
States two is admitted.
Permission to publish, Judge.
Yes, sir.
Judge, I think that's all I wish to publish unless the court wants to see the entirety of the video.
But I think that's enough. Any other evidence or witnesses?
So Judge, just brief argument if I may.
Any other evidence or witnesses for Mr. Rojas?
No, Your Honor. Just like.
Mr. Rojas, you may make argument first.
Thank
Go
you,
ahead.
Judge. And obviously, after seeing that video, it makes what we're asking for harder to do. What we're here asking for this morning, Judge, is probation. Mr. Fontinette's defense, he is a young offender. I know the court is tired of hearing the same story over and over, young guys with guns in here. He's got a limited criminal history. I believe this is his first felony. He's never been on any kind of felony supervision or felony probation. Unfortunately, he's just fallen into the same situation that we see so many other youthful offenders fall into. He's got no direction in life. He's very little support at home. Sees no way out of the situation that he's in, so he goes and decides to rob a store and get some money. Did the wrong thing. And if his story in the PSI is to be believable for what I believe is the right reason, he's trying to help his mom out at home, trying to pay some bills, keep the lights on. Certainly, there are better ways to go about doing that. And I hope that the time in jail has taught Mr. Fontinette that. We've got options here, Judge. We can send him to prison or we can put him on probation. Certainly, he's on the road if this conduct continues, he's on the road with prison. I don't know that the day is the best time to make that exit for him. He's got a long life to live. We can send him to prison. He can be there for a few years and come back out. I don't know that he's going to get the help that he really needs in prison. There are programs available on probation that if he's serious about turning his life around, like he says in the PSI, those programs can help him. And if he does take advantage of those, it in turn would make the community a little bit safer, because there'd be one less guy running around with a gun when he does get out of prison, if that were the road that you chose to take. Plan on living at home with his mom. I think he has some younger siblings there. To his benefit, before he was even arrested, he started a GED. I think on the night that this happened, he had just finished a GED class and made a dumb decision to go hang out with these guys that he should not have been hanging out with, and did this robbery. Again, Judge, you've got two options. You can send him to prison, or you can try to get him some help on probation, and hopefully he will take advantage of that. And certainly if he doesn't, we're going to know pretty quick, and you'll have another chance to send him to prison, probably for a longer time.
All right, thank you. What is the status of the other two? Are there codefendants? Have they been charged?
They have been charged, Judge, and I have both of their cases, Judge.
And they have not been sentenced yet or
No,
anything like that?
No,
Okay.
Judge.
All right, go ahead, Mr. Coleman.
Yeah, I'll be brief. Whether it's the Pine Club Apartments or Rogers Park or a Speedy Mart, you've seen this, and we've seen this in this community all too often. I'm preaching to the choir, Judge. Prayer vigils and advisory committees, all that stuff's fine, but you, Judge, are where the rubber meets the road. You are that person that can protect the community from somebody like this defendant. You are that person that can either let him walk out of this courtroom on probation with a piece of paper with conditions and promises that he won't resort to this kind of violence that you saw on that video, or you can ensure that the community is safe by putting him behind steel bars, concrete wall, and razor wire fence. I'm just asking, I'm not in the habit of begging, but on behalf of this community, I'm begging that you send this defendant to prison. The message that needs to be sent to this defendant and his circle of friends and anybody who would want to be like this defendant is that if you pick up a gun with the intent to commit violence, you're gonna pick up a 15, 20, 25-year prison sentence, Judge. And I'm just asking that you do this on behalf of people who live at the Pine Club apartments, who just want to live in peace, people who want to go take a walk at Rogers Park and not be robbed, and somebody that wants to stop at a Speedy Mart convenience store and pick up some snacks without becoming a victim of a robbery. That's all I have, Judge.
Thank you, Mr. Coleman. So, Mr. Fontinette, there was a time some years ago that there really wasn't even a question. State's attorneys were recommending youthful offenders, probation. Let's give everybody an opportunity. And things have just changed in such an incredibly dangerous way with young people doing what I just saw you do on that screen. I cannot imagine the fear that person had that was working in that store, that he now has, just trying to go to work, make a living, and go home. And he has 3 people come in and not just grab a little quick something and run out, but terrorize him for quite some time. Pulling him around, yanking him around, putting guns in his face, all 3 of you. I also, in addition to the PSI, get jail incident reports. And you apparently like to fight and jump people, which is what's been happening in the jail. So it makes it very difficult for me to go, oh, this is somebody that's going to get out and behave, who can follow the rules, because you can't even follow the rules in jail. And the pre-sentence report shows that you're a high risk level, which tells me that after they've looked at everything, that you don't have, unfortunately, a good likelihood of being successful if I were to put you on probation. And Mr. Coleman's right. We're tired of it. And there's got to be something done. So in cause number 25, DCCR 1759, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. And at this time, I'm going to find you guilty of aggravated robbery. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 25 years in the institutional division. Come on, Mom. Here. I'm going to sentence you to a term of 25 years in the institutional division of the Texas Department of Corrections. You will receive credit on that sentence for any time that you've been in custody that the law gives you the right to receive. I'm handing you the trial court certification. This was not an agreement. You have some rights to appeal. I have also handed you a written admonishment regarding your ineligibility to possess a firearm or ammunition. Because of the judgment entered against you, you're ineligible under Texas law to possess a firearm or ammunition. Possession of a firearm or ammunition could lead to charges against you. You can talk to Mr. Rojas about any questions you have about that. I am making an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. Mr. Fontinette, I understand that this is harsh, and I know you believe this is harsh, but I think this is necessary. I hope that you go and you make things right. You can get out of prison. You're still going to be young, and you can make your life better. That's going to be up to you, okay? You can go back with the bailiff.
What started as a sentencing hearing for a guilty plea quickly became a sobering reckoning in a Texas courtroom. Hayden Fontinette stood before the judge after pleading guilty to aggravated robbery, a first-degree felony, for his role in a violent convenience store holdup, where 3 individuals stormed in, terrorized a store clerk, pulled him around, and shoved guns in his face. The surveillance footage spoke for itself, and it spoke loudly. The defense painted a picture of a young man with no prior felony record, limited support at home, and a mother he was trying to help keep the lights on. They pointed to a GED program he had started before the robbery and argued that probation could offer the structure prison never would. But the prosecution cut straight to the heart of it. Community members deserve to walk into a store, on a stroll through a park, or sit in their apartments without becoming victims. The prosecutor didn't just ask for prison. He said he was begging on behalf of the people this kind of violence impacts every single day. The judge weighed it all, the youth, the circumstances, the defense's plea for leniency. But then came the jail incident reports showing fights and altercations behind bars, a high-risk assessment on the presentence report, and a surveillance video that showed not a desperate act, but prolonged terror inflicted on an innocent person just trying to earn a living. The ruling came down hard, 25 years in the Texas Department of Corrections with an affirmative finding of a deadly weapon. The judge acknowledged the severity, telling Fontinette directly that while the sentence is harsh, it is necessary. She reminded him he would still be young when released, and urged him to use that time to turn his life around. If you found this case as eye-opening as we did, hit that like button, drop your thoughts in the comments, and subscribe for more real courtroom breakdowns, because justice never gets old.